It's an observation.
No, it isn't.
Well, it's nice to have someone that's not Nick sitting next to me, because I've been doing, the last 3 reviews with him.
I haven't seen this guy for like 3 weeks.
I know, right? Welcome back, Cory. How have you been?
School.
Yeah, school's great.
See?
Well...
School. I don't know if this comes off. Oh, it does.
No, he was there. No, Jeremy gets to keep his and his reviews when we did it in his car, so we're going to keep it in mind.
I was just going to show it, you know.
Okay. So, let's see. We could have seen the identical, because it has like a 4% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I've never heard of that.
It's some weird Elvis Presley impersonating movie that also is like some religious allegory for something. But The Giver had a BOGO deal, and so, heck yeah, I'm in. It's getting a little hot in here. Okay, so Cory, you never read the book. I did. You never read the book?
I don't like reading. Simple.
I always thought The Giver was a book everyone read
Even books I find interesting, I don't read.
Yeah.
So like I found, you know, like those elementary school. Oh, I gotta do the reading though.
Yeah.
I was like, I totally.
Did you ever read Hatchet in elementary school?
No.
Hatchet. Okay, damn it. Glad I did.
Anyways.
I read it back in
6th
grade.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, movie review.
Yeah.
Right here.
I don't know. This movie's kind of a haze with this.
Because there was no action and comedy. Well, I mean, there might have been a bit of comedy.
Not necessarily.
Not really enough for this guy.
I'm fine with like any.
No, you aren't.
I've seen dramas. I've seen like I'm fine with this kind of movie. I just don't think The Giver was not necessarily like the best movie to translate into film. That's why it's been in development for like 20 years.
Hey, watch. It's gonna be... If it hasn't been a mandatory book, it's gonna have a mandatory book in freaking school. And they're gonna watch this movie.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be... It shouldn't be... Why is it... Is it PG?
Yeah,
Why is it PG? Why is everything PG?
Good.
Everything is PG.
I like how short this movie was.
That's a G movie right there. That's a G movie.
Well, there's like...
Well, okay, he shoots somebody. Big whoop. It's a dream.
Yeah.
G. Yeah. The only thing that's G is like Bambi.
Yeah. No, yeah. You don't like... No, it's like a weird...
And that has a fire that kills animals. Why does that get to be G?
That's like off screen.
I don't care. Anyways.
Well,
ratings aside. Age ratings, I should say.
Yeah.
not movie.
Honestly, this movie's fine, but it's one of the, like, I'm normally not the kind of snob who's like, the book is way better than the movie, but like...
The movie's way better than the book. That's what I always say, because I hate reading.
But like, again, this movie is totally fine, but like, in comparison, like, it dilutes and changes a lot of the elements of the book in such a way that it feels very redundant.
See, I would not know that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't read the book. I just watched the movie and I thought it was fine. You know?
Yeah, fine too. Would you recommend it, like, in any, like, major way? Would you recommend it?
If you're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because, like, we had, like, a whole world of, like, 6 high schoolers.
No, they were middle school girls.
No, middle schoolers, that's what I meant.
As long as they were the same people I saw at the concession stand.
Yeah, they were like six girls. They took like the top row, and they were generally
clapping the whole time.
They generally did not shut up for like.
Yeah, that's why they're in the back.
Yeah.
They at least acknowledge it.
Yeah, and I think like maybe the row of like three adults in front of us were a little ticked off at them.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
I could sort of feel like a vibe from them.
They weren't that annoying to me, but
Yeah.
hey, who cares about people behind us?
Yeah.
They didn't have that problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I thought the whole color thing, that was cool.
The direction I thought was actually pretty good, at least on a visual standpoint. Like George Nolfi, he did, I think the last movie he did was The Adjustment Bureau, which is the same kind of movie based off a sci-fi story or kind of thing. So he actually has experience in this genre. And to me, and I think he handles it better than most, because like the actual visual in this movie are really good. They handle the color again. I think you're right. They handle the colors very well. It's black and it's mostly black and white, but when they transition to color, it's very subtle. Like it's very gray.
You'll be like, oh, when did this happen?
Yeah. Like it becomes very like it starts as very gray colors and transfers very.
It'll be like, you'll see just faint
reds.
You'll just see a faint color.
Yeah.
It's like almost non-existent.
Yeah.
Unless they make it very apparent.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's non-existent until
they point out what's this red.
That's when it first starts coming up.
Yeah.
And once when anything that's like in his perspective and it's supposed to be in his mind, right? Then they go like full color. Yeah. For the most part, I mean, there are some little grays there because he also doesn't know everything.
It's more again. It's like it's a progression that's handled very nicely.
Yeah. And then they go back to gray and white when it's not in his perspective because everyone else is still gray and white.
And like a lot of the production design, like when they have like the big scale models of the whole community, that looks actually really cool. There's some nice like shots, cinematography rise, and like for a movie that's like only $25 million, they got a lot of it actually.
I think it was good.
Yeah. Okay, back to the. Now
back to what?
Back to my
our tangent that we started in the beginning.
Back to the rating system. No, but in regards to like the problems with this movie, I think it really does mostly come down to the changes in the adaptation, like in terms of trying to adapt it, and partially the casting in this movie. Because one of the main changes is that everyone's like all like the kid characters, they're like in the book they're like very young teens at best, maybe like very like just about to hit their teens.
Hey, okay, never mind.
Here like they're like full blown like 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
And so in the book, that whole romance with Fiona.
I thought you were gonna have like they were 18 and they would look young, but then they have like 30-year-old people. I thought that was gonna be your problem.
Yeah. No, because like it changed. Because like in the book, that romance between Fiona and Jonas, that wasn't really a romance. Like it wasn't as full blown.
Hey, this is a movie. You gotta have a romance. People hate it if it doesn't.
I know, but like
if it's not a romance, it's gotta have an action thing.
Then the action in this movie, like.
But they had the romance, so there doesn't have to be action.
I know, but it's sort of like that predication of love over like sort of basic human morality. Is it morality? Yeah. Sort of.
I don't know what you're trying to say. Just keep going.
Because it's more of like basically like Jonas is starting to act in this movie based on more like human like more on hormones, if that makes sense, rather than just like a sort of a sense of like what's right and what's wrong. Because again, the guy, like the actor, not the actor, this is the characters now, are too old. They have like age lines.
I think before he's shown the negative memories or whatever they are, he's being childish and he's like, oh, this is what happened before. Let me show you. I gotta show you.
You mean like when he's playing with his sister or like with the baby?
His sister,
the baby, Gabriel.
The baby.
Yeah, I like his. I'm surprised. I actually liked how expressive his face was. Actually,
yeah, that was cool.
He's not bad. He's not the Brendan, however you pronounce his last name, like the Rails or something. He's not a bad actor.
But then he gets the negative, and then he's then it kind of becomes a little bit harder a little bit more
to buy him
to be what's his motive for this.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I mean, if someone else thinks, oh, it's so obvious and shit.
Yeah.
Feel free to voice your opinion. I don't care. That it's the way I saw it. I mean, it was a little difficult to me to understand his intentions after the negatives.
Yeah. And you have plus you have like these Oscar winners like Jeff Bridges and Meryl Streep, who don't really have anything to do. Like they play their roles well, but they're not given any particular depth.
Who are they?
One was the giver and one was the elder.
They had their nice little conversation at the end.
I know, but like, I remember one review was like, and like, because like, it was one negative review was like, this is one of those like very obvious adaptations where you have the two like Oscar winner like actors having to like actually debate the themes that the book has brought up, and that scene dedicated just to that rather than just having the ideas of the theme of the story play out organically.
I thought that was fairly organic to me.
Well, again,
I mean,
it's that whole thing about like
he's got his memories.
Yeah.
Whether he wants to say, "Oh yeah, you know, we are crappy," you know, that's his choice. But he says, and there will be people that say, "Oh, you know, humans can be good."
Yeah.
There are those people, and if he just happens to be one of those in that world, you know, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Everyone else doesn't know better. I mean, so basically you have the chief elder or whoever.
I like one of the reviews. I'm thinking about because like the review I was talking about, he didn't read the book either, and he gave it like a lot of crap for making a lot of like no sense. This whole universe they set up. It's like, why are these people fine with basically having this Big Brother organization, or like they didn't establish that well the pros of living in this kind of dystopia.
Well, they don't know they're killing people. They don't feel suffering as the pros, and of course they have no idea about the cons. But what was I gonna say now? I was gonna say something else.
Okay.
Go ahead. Just keep going.
I'm out. I'm basically out because like I don't want to like get this review too long. But it's fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right.
How'd you go?
Some of his visions or whatever they were, you know, look like him in the past, right? Like him in the past.
They're just putting him in the past. Like he's taking over like another person's body.
Is he? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's kind of like Quantum Leap that way.
Okay, well, because, you know, he was like dancing with her. And
yeah.
Like,
well, no, when he was dancing with her, that was just a dream.
No, that was not.
They said
the first time it was a vision.
It was a vision, and then
the first time, the later time, I admit that was a dream. But
no, because they explained it's like the dream. A dream is a mixture of reality. No, it's like of your reality, your memories, and your emotions, and then something you ate for breakfast.
Dinner.
Oh yeah.
No, but the first time, you know, I'm pretty sure it was a vision. He gave him. And how the frick is that guy, like, when he's like, oh, war crap, you know?
Yeah.
The war vision?
Yeah.
How is he caught in there? Like, he didn't do anything.
The giver?
Yeah.
I think maybe this is one of those cases where it's like kind of PTSD. You're just sort of overwhelmed by emotions that get like at no control of yourself. And what was it that sled scene from like the top of that, like that silver structure?
What was the silver structure?
Yeah, when they're riding on like their trays.
Oh, what about it?
I don't know, because like that was one of the complaints about like one of like the complaints about the movie in terms of projection.
That's the part. You know, he hasn't received any of those negative memories yet. He's being one of those childs. He's like, oh, I found something really fun. I gotta show you. Let's do this.
I know. It was like,
let's be stupid.
How is this whole structure make sense? Because it's basically like a conveyor belt, but like you're supposed to walk up it both ways.
But there's a staircase on both sides.
But it's so concave that doesn't look like it works.
Hold up. There's a staircase on both sides, and it's kind of weird.
It's concave.
But there's a metal part down the middle, and they got like two ridges on the side, so you can't like go off unless you're going really fast.
Okay.
But how you stop, I don't know. I don't think your feet will do anything toward the bottom.
Exactly,
it goes like pretty steep, and then it curves out really fast.
It makes no sense.
So I don't think they can stop that quickly, but that's just the physics.
Isn't making any sense like architecturally?
And it should be probably if that tray was metal, I think it would be a little hard to slide.
Yeah.
And if it was, make some sparts.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Okay. But this like finishes up. This movie's I think we both agree. This movie's completely completely fine. It's not bad, really.
I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was better than what he thinks it is. But
I think it's fine. It's just like, again, it's like one of those cases where like it's such a downgrade from the book that like, and well, it's almost like an entirely different.
It's just, is it your cup of tea or not?
Yeah. I guess it depends on like how much of like a book. Like,
How much of a thinker are you?
okay.
And we are done.
Yeah. Bye.